Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Jomchen Second Road and we're here to introduce you to Claudio's lawyer, because you never know in Thailand when you may need a lawyer that you can trust. This is his offices and we're going inside to meet him, so you know where to come when you have a legal problem.
Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm very happy to introduce a dear friend of mine, Kamnod, my lawyer. And today we would like to talk to you about what services he can provide to you guys and other things that you should be aware about Thai laws. One of the things would be that he's specializing. He actually speaks English.
Yes, I can speak, but okay.
You're not just a lawyer, but also a notary. So
Yes.
any documents which needs to be translated with notary, he can do. Any documents which the government orders also to be notary, also he can do. So he's specializing property ownership transfers at the land office, IP law, company formation, any type of lawsuits that you can find yourself, family law issues, dispute issues, criminal charges, de facto relationship, lawsuits in civil and criminals.
Yes.
So anyone who wants to buy a house, of course, he can go to him. He will do all the transfer. He will do the research of the property if there's any loan or anything faulty on the properties. Mm-hmm. So let me introduce you the lawyer, Mr. Kamnod. He's got experience in Bangkok. Maybe you can tell a little bit about your background.
Yes, I came to Pattaya last 40 years.
40 years.
40 years.
He's actually the oldest first registered law license in
so.
Pattaya.
Yeah, I think the first one in Pattaya.
40 years.
For 40 years. Yeah.
He's the first lawyer in Pattaya and he's got all the contacts.
Okay.
And then I start to open this company, Thai Legal and Associate Company Limited, about let's say about 20 years. 20 years, yeah, more than 20 years. About that, something like that. Okay.
2002.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyone that wants to buy a bar or a business, they could come to you and then you only would do the transfer of ownership and appoint him as a director and changing of shareholders.
Yeah, we can buy a business, take over the company, change the director and share the holder of the company.
Right, so that's a fairly simple transaction.
Yeah, very simple. Yeah.
Right. There's something which I don't know if it's a law or not, which is called the how do you call it? Dowry?
Dowry.
Right, which is called the sin son. So guys, be careful here. Normally the sin son is being paid for first time getting married. If you get asked a second time, or if she was divorced and she's above 35 and has children, and they ask you for sin son,
Is that true? Is that the case?
Yes.
Sin son is only for
สินส่วนตัว
the first time you
Yeah.
get married.
สินส่วนตัว that means before marriage.
you know how many people are getting scammed for this?
Exactly.
You know how many
That's
in-
very
right.
important.
So it's not a law, it's more a tradition.
Cultural thing.
It's a cultural thing. And again, be very aware. The sin son is basically a compensation to the parents. There is actually, I know all this from my girlfriend, and there is, because she's a traditional Thai lady, and there is even a calculation how you can figure out, depending on their age, university degree, very pretty, successful, they can ask for 1 million baht or even 2 million baht, no problem. The only problem that I have is when suddenly I read in Facebook groups that a guy is being asked to pay 1 million baht for a lady who is 37 years old, has 2 or 3 kids.
Been
and
married twice before.
we don't know if all the kids belong to the same father or not. And she is claiming, no, that's Thai tradition.
Yeah.
No, guys, it's not. It's not. And again, be
It's
very
It's only for the very first time you get married.
correct.
The girl gets married.
And right, and basically, it's if you're virgin and very pretty and professional,
Yes.
then the Sinson is higher. There are easily Sinson
Any-
for $1 million baht, no
Any
problem.
divorced old lady asking for it is trying to scam you.
Exactly.
Okay.
And old lady means anyone above 30 years old. And the minute that she was already married and children, forget about paying anything. Is this correct or not?
Correct.
Correct. So anyone asking you for money,
Okay.
if I would ask you, what are the most issues that people come? I believe it's buying houses and properties, but also sometimes some lawsuits.
No, nobody. My law firm is for service for the foreigner.
Right.
Almost client is foreigner. We take care them to work, to live, and to buy the property and to run a business in Pattaya and also in Thailand.
Right, so anyone who wants to buy a bar, for example, he
Yeah.
comes to you, company formation to get work permit.
Yes, this is normal work for us.
Right.
Yeah.
I also would like to take the opportunity that maybe you can tell a little bit about certain Thai laws which exist here. One of them would be, that I believe the viewers would like to know, there are some issues when Falang take a Thai girlfriend
Yeah.
and they live together. So there are certain rules which are called the cohabitation
Yep.
laws. What is it exactly here in Thailand? When does it call that you're a live-in partner instead of having a girlfriend, for example? When a lady moves in with him,
Yep.
does she has any legal rights?
Yeah. They stay together. If stay long time, I mean, many years, they look like a partnership. If they buy something, some property in Thailand, the law said that the will be the co-owner of the asset of the property.
So if they separate, then she's entitled to 50-50?
Yeah, must share 50-50. And they have to prove, I mean, the man and the woman have to prove that they buy together, they earn together
Right.
this property.
Right.
If they cannot prove, will be not share 50-50, will be to the
So-
to other party.
Let me understand. If I would have a girlfriend and I would live together with her and we buy a property, let's say I put it under my name,
Yes.
and I can prove that all the funds were from my bank account.
Yeah, this is good
Would
question.
she then entitled to anything?
If you can prove you buy from your asset from your
From
money
my bank account.
before you stay with her,
Right.
that means it's your private property.
All right.
Well, that would be a condo, not a house.
Correct.
Condo, let's
We're
say.
talking now about house, which
Only
is
condo. The house the foreigner cannot buy.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's another example that I would like to use.
what I mean.
So the way how to protect basically my asset would be to make sure that first of all, if it's a condo, it's under my name and that I can prove that it was paid with my funds.
You have to bring the money, come to Thailand.
Yes.
You have that paper.
Yes.
Before
Yes.
we call
Yes.
3.
Yes. Yes.
This is your proof.
Right.
You buy from your money.
Right. Now I have another friend. He's got a girlfriend. They live together. He bought from his money
Yes.
a condominium and put it under her name. If they would separate, would he be entitled to 50-50?
Yes. In this case, should be share 50-50 because
Right.
put in her name and you prove, okay, you bring money 100% anyway, but you put in her name. That means you want to stay with her like a husband and wife.
Right.
Must share. 50%.
So it does not mean just because it's under her name that she's entitled to 100%, because you can prove that it was paid from your funds. I think this is very important because people think automatically when it's under their name or under her name, that's it. I'm not getting anything. Okay. So what would you recommend if somebody who wants to secure, because, okay, I bought, let's say, 3-4 properties, I bought a house, I bought a car, I have a bank account. I live with her already 5 years. Suddenly, I die.
Yep.
Who would receive all the funds and how could I secure myself that my children overseas would receive the inheritance.
Share between your family, your children, and your girl.
Right. Is there any better
But
alternative?
the first share 50% between you and her first, and then your part 50% will share to your family in your country.
Now, another issue that you actually told me after that we're sitting here, one of the most important things that you should do when you come here and you live here and you start to buy something, even if you only have a bank account, is basically to make a last will.
Yes.
Because this basically will protect your asset so that your children back home will have all the rights, or depending which person you put in there. So making a will and put the name of the children, that's a very basic transaction.
Should do that.
Right, so what do you need basically? Only the passport, a photocopy of the passport of the children, or do they need to come here?
Copy of passport, no need to come, need only copy
Okay.
of their family, their children.
Right. So, in the case that something should happen, that's an example that he told me. So, I would have the last will. I made if we take myself for an example, I make a will and I put everything on the name of my daughter.
Yep.
One copy would be in your law office,
yep.
and the other copy would be with me that I would send to my daughter.
Okay.
So, if something happens to me, then my daughter could come here, could talk to the lawyer. This paper does not automatically give her access to any of my properties. You need a lawyer to take the last will to the court and activate it. It's like the court will issue a power of attorney. And only then she would be able to walk around, to go to the bank, claim my money from the bank, sell my asset. And again, you will need a lawyer for this. And it's very little money to secure yourself that your asset is being secured, because I've been spoken to him, and there have been some claims where he was living together with a Thai lady, and then suddenly he died, and then came all the trouble that basically the Thai lady was claiming all the asset for herself, and then they got in dispute for many years with the children back home. So it would have been much easier to have a last will.
Yes.
I have another example about protecting your rights. Let's say you find a very nice lady, and then I hear this all the time, and people ask me, they are living together, and then after a year or 2 years, the Thai lady convinces him that maybe they can move to their place in Sisaket or wherever, and the parents are very helping, and they're giving him land to build a house. So, the foreigner builds a house on the land of the family.
Yes.
Suddenly, after 2 years, the house is finished, they split up. What's happening now with the property? To whom does it belong?
It depends. You pay for building the house for her, for give her or not. If you give her, it belongs to her. But if you propose you want to stay together like a husband and wife, everybody knows. You build up this house for live together. That means 50-50. If you give her for like a
present?
Yeah, present, something like that. It shall belong to her. Normally, the family get the ownership.
Right, because there are a lot
Except you can prove that you want to build this house for live together like a property between between husband and wife.
Right, but if you separate, what will happen with can you sell it to her? Can she dispute it? Because again, this is what we read all about in Facebook. And that's why I would never recommend anyone to build a house or buy property, land, especially in the family, in the first 2 or 3 years.
Yeah. many cases in Thailand like this.
This is exactly where you need a lawyer, and suddenly you're being surprised that, oops, now I need a lawyer. And that's...
Sorry. You should, if you want to share 50%, you have to make the agreement between you and her.
So,
be a written agreement.
Yeah.
Right. So that would be...
If you don't have that, you've no rights.
Yes.
Right. And even if you have the agreement, you still need a lawyer to sue it for court.
Of course.
Right.
And you still lose.
Right. You might lose. You might lose. That's actually one of the opportunities that I would like to take to get the story how I met him. Because suddenly I received a letter and I was being sued for a simple thing. And then I was in the need of a lawyer. And that's a big task because now suddenly I need to find someone. So here comes the story how I met you. I went to Facebook and there I had some contacts.
Yes.
I called up the first lawyer. He didn't even want to talk to me. He sent me an email with a small story, and I would send you a message back how much it would cost. He didn't even want to talk to me more than 2 minutes. Called up lawyer number 2. I explained to him the situation, which was also very simple. After 5 minutes or 10 minutes talking, he said, sorry, I have to go. I will call you back, which here in Thailand means he will never call you back. Mm-hmm. So I said, okay, these were all 2 Thai lawyers. So I said, okay, maybe I try to call one of the more well-known Falang lawyers. Mm-hmm. I had conversation with him for 10 minutes, which was very friendly and nice. And then he gave me a quote of 150,000 baht, which I said, all right, good to know. And then suddenly I found this guy, and that's how I met him. If you're in the need for a good lawyer, you have a contact person, how can we contact you? Via Facebook. Das will of course put his
links in the book.
Email.
Do you have a website?
Yes, I have a website.
So we'll put a link underneath for the website.
Right. So this is how you can contact him, and he will be happy to.
And phone numbers, of course.
Phone number, and he will be happy to assist you wherever he can. See you all in the next video.
I hope you found that informative, guys. If you want to contact the lawyer, just below the video, click where it says more, and all his contact details will open up below. Just some more information for you guys. That's what we try to provide here. Anyway, also, please have a look at Patreon. Those very hot uncut Soy 6 videos. And please subscribe and share.